Jinx, pinch, poke, you owe me a Coke.
Poke? Hey guys, it's Eric.
And Adam.
And welcome to today's video. We're very excited because today is Monday, and that means it's an update on the adoption process.
Yay!
Yay! I think we're just getting more and more excited as it goes along because we are finding out more information, we are getting more comfortable, and it's just really exciting altogether. So last week we talked about money, la moolah, and this week we are going to just go a little more in depth with the different avenues that we can take and just make the decision on what is best for us. Just a little reminder, whatever we decide on is for us, it's best for us.
We're not saying it's the right decision for everyone.
For anybody else, yeah. So everyone has their own journey. So I highly recommend doing tons of research, really discussing with your partner.
Yeah, just finding what's right for you.
Yeah, and what you feel comfortable with. And I think that's what it comes down to and what's more important.
Yeah.
So the first thing that we're going to talk about today is the fostering route. And yes, we did talk about last week it being the cheapest, but that's not all that goes into it.
Even though it was attractive, the price compared to everything else, a study that we found done in I think 2014 said that the average age of children in care was 9 years old. And we actually know a couple that did foster to adopt, and their process was extremely lengthy and complicated and heartbreaking, and they have older kids as well. And even though we don't have anything against older kids, if
given the choice, I think that's kind of what we would want, is to see their whole lifespan. And the other reason why is because they spend about 18 months trying to reconnect the child with the family. Not just the birth mom, but it could be the grandmother, the aunt, the uncle, anybody who comes forward. They give 18 months for that to happen. So in that 18 months, a lot can happen, and it's scary. It takes a special person, I think, to do foster. And then the second route that we are going to talk about is going to be the independent domestic adoption process. And in that process, you have to go outside and find different avenues for help. So you have to find the lawyer yourself, and you have to go somewhere else for the home study.
Yeah.
And so it's a little cheaper, but you have to research, and you don't have as much support as you would need.
But the third option is the domestic agency, and you have so much more support through the whole process. And once you have the child, through the child's life as well, with an agency, they're there anytime you need guidance or counseling or anything like that.
And they help with the home study. They give you a list of names for the lawyer.
Yeah, they have great references, all this stuff, and they already have relationships with a lot of different avenues that help with everything, so that it just is.
So the next avenue that we're going to talk about is surrogacy. And I have to be honest with you, surrogacy has always been my choice and the way that I thought that I was going to have a baby. Thinking back, I always thought, oh, I wanted the kid to have my eyes, or I wanted the kid to have my hair, or this personality trait, or something that resembled me and that could live on in the future when I am not here anymore. And that was something that I thought was going to be a necessity with having children. Adam felt a little differently.
Yeah, when I was a teenager, I thought I was going to get married to a woman and have kids when I was 21. That clearly didn't happen. I was never attracted to me doing surrogacy with my stuff, especially after meeting Eric, because I always thought that he had the better genes. So if we ever were to do surrogacy, I would donate Eric's members over mine because he has better hair, better skin, better everything in my opinion. So I was like, if we do the surrogacy thing,
blah, blah,
let them be pretty like Eric, please. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't agree with half of that because he's tall, he's dark, he's handsome. Come on.
Okay, wait.
So,
wait.
well,
Who in the world would say I'm dark?
dark hair.
Look,
brunette.
I am so...
brunette. That's
Okay.
what I think of. Dark and handsome, not skin color.
Not skin color at all. I'm the reflector light on bikes at night. When you shine light at them, it like blinds. Yeah, that's me.
But the more that we learn about this process, and the more that we learn how many parents have done the adoption process, and how successful they've been, and how happy they are, and how many adoptees are out there, it just kind of puts things in perspective a little bit. And I think I would be 100% happy with adopting. And I come to terms with that, and I didn't think I would change my mind as easily as I did. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is international versus domestic, and this one was kind of a no-brainer for us because most of the, not most, but a lot of the countries don't allow same-sex couples to adopt.
Yeah, I was looking at Wikipedia, and it was about half of the countries in Europe, and I believe Mexico, that just don't allow same-sex couples to adopt. So we had a few people asking us, oh, why don't you go international? I'm like, girl, that's why we won't go international, because they won't let us, so.
Yeah.
Rika.
Plus, we heard that it takes a little longer because every country has different laws surrounding it. And a lot of the international countries, you actually have to secure the adoption in the country before you bring the baby home. The other reason why we chose domestic and not international is because all international ones that we have come across all are closed adoptions. And which leads us to our next topic, which is open and close. Like that little segue? Open,
That was
close.
flawless.
Like that? There's a line right into that
Transition was
next
so
one.
smooth.
So the closed adoption compared to open adoption. And the difference between the two, we thought going into this that we were going to do closed.
I was set on closed. When we first started talking about adoption, I was like, there's no way I'm doing open, closed all the way. Like, I don't want the child to have any connection with their birth parent because the birth parent could like take them. I just was very threatened.
Could run away and go to the...
Yeah, I was just very threatened by the idea.
Birth mom.
And I just didn't like it. But then the more that we research about it, now I'm like 100% set on open adoption over closed.
Yeah.
Just because it seems like the healthier option for everyone involved.
We decided we want to do an open audition.
Open audition. All right, walk this way, please. All right, single file.
Cattle call.
Right this
way.
All right, please step onto the stage and present your name, age, and where you're from. Thank you.
Okay.
But the child won't have abandonment issues because they'll have their birth mother in their lives. The birth mother will know what their child is up to and where they're at, so they won't be creeping behind bushes like every 5 minutes. Yeah.
But most importantly, we'll have the mental, we'll have the genetic history.
Yeah,
we'll
all the
have
medical history.
All of the medical history.
Which you don't get with a closed adoption. So we could be at the hospital, and if our baby is sick, I want to know the possibilities of where the sickness could have come from or anything like that. And we want to know genetics, and I think that's really important. So with a closed adoption, you ain't getting nothing like that. But with an open adoption, you're like, okay, I know all the information. So.
And I thought of that, like going into a doctor's office, even like a dentist's office, and they're like, here, what's your family history? Write down your family history. And I can imagine that kid at 18 going,
Smiley face.
yeah, and so I want that. I want our kid to know where they come from, who they are.
Well, I think they have a right to know.
And they have the right to know. Freeze! And freeze. So we've made a couple of decisions throughout this
all the research we've done,
and research we've done, and clearly one of the options that we have chosen to do is the open adoption.
Yes.
Which we're really set on. And we kind of knew after the first couple weeks of research that we were going to do that.
Yeah.
And that was open audition.
Oh my God, you did it again. I I can't with this one.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it again. I'm gonna try again, but I'm not gonna do it. I promise. I promise.
We'll see.
Now most adoptions are open, and I think the statistic is 55%. The second thing that we have decided, drum roll please. The second thing that we've decided is to go with an agency, domestic agency. And we're really excited about it. We're really excited to research which ones are out there, figure out which one is right for us, and
Yeah, the more research that we do, it just seems like the right fit for us. Just because of the support system and what you get with that option.
Yeah.
And for our first kid, we just feel like it's right to go that route. Mwah.
We're really, really excited to have made a couple of decisions. Wow.
Really excited.
We're so excited.
So excited.
Thank you for watching. If you like what you watch, make sure you subscribe down below. Give us a thumbs up. Leave any comments down below for any questions that you may have. Specifically about agencies, because that's our next step, is finding agencies. So, or if we haven't answered your questions, ask away, because we may know the answers and we just haven't shared them with you because we forgot. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.
3,